Abusia ya makwaba shonko so eba POG Media so yede mbakọ political highway ne so highway ne de ensem bebre so a yen so yaje pene se ebe me abedwafo no ahu de ekọ ene de eba na den na ekọ so ewo highway ne so eye John Dramani Mahama ene chese wakwa akọ sheki eye Dr. Bawumia ne hometown a ye frɛ hɔ wale wale na eye time a Emra John Dramani Mahama APM wale wale no baby a Dr. Bawumia identify no na it say Dr. Bawumia wo krom no what say John Dramani Mahama eba ho no masa wa dwane afa baby kura te say ye pe na kira kwan kura ye hunu John Dramani Mahama akwa akostom be hwe nipa te say ebufa so ewo wale wale wa isi ano wale wale ho ne de o ma ye ready say o mo di vote ni beba John Dramani Mahama abusua o mi yanko na yanko nkotie ensema ekọ so John Dramani Mahama added to the on answer and ebekono or and some can be a fashe your comment section like na share ma for from so answer into me and can be a POG Media so madam say
first time somebody of stature has visited this community. So John Mahama is speaking. Let's listen to him.
My father Nairana and your elders, Imam, all the people of Walwali constituency, people of Wulugu, I greet you in the Muslim greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Thank you. Mbada Nairana Ntoxerma Oyana. Then I will say can't left president, and the time will go yala. Neda near president, and the time will go yala. Dama antea tedana and that canopy katachan to you Tumshele Sada Tumshele Nobobom Millennium Villages Project. Ka Sarba Nabari Pasenpe Wulugu Mana Si Silinga Kadedatum Lala Tobama. Those who are not president, number tam will go yella. Not council level president, Uncle Tam will go yella. As Akaram Quran chapter 2 verse 216 na abor benshao ka de bevelata ka aje benshao ka den velata ama naomi den velta eza Those go Banshalial na Bian Kab Anima Be Kalala Kabayali Bian Kab Anima breaking the eight. Now me Munyam break it man. Teda Chan Katanum Silminti Embol the balloting Ka NDC chant Anima. Then go Anima the bien sunny. The bien sun and daily. There's also can't daily and cab kanya. The go cab. So there's no breaking the eight because the eight is with me. What is going to break is 8 years of hardship, 8 years of corruption, 8 years of arrogance, 8 years of impunity. That is what is going to break. And I know that we are on course for victory. All the opinion polls, Fixed Solutions, EIU, Global Info Analytics, every credible opinion poll shows that NDC is going to win. The recent prediction is that NDC is going to win in 12 regions of the country and NPP will win only 4. And when I asked, I wanted to see which 4 regions. They said Ashanti, they said Eastern, they said Akuffo, and they said Northeast. And I said, Ezu, Kanyelina the Northeast NDC and Dili. Ezu, because the people of Northeast have the evidence of the two administrations. NDC is the administration that does work for everybody. You say, I come from Savannah region, or I come from Bole, or I come from Damango. But when I was president, if we were spreading development, I made sure that every single part of this country got development. We did more work in Mamprugu than Mahmoud has done in Mamprugu. We extended electricity to more communities than any government in the history of Ghana. We established more schools and removed schools under trees than any government in the history of Ghana. I remember how the road from Walwali to Nalergu was. It was in a terrible state. I used to travel here. When we came, we decided that we're going to do that road. Today, that road, if you leave Walwali and you're going to Nalergu, in a short time you are there. And our intention was to continue the road to Nakwanduri so that we could connect it to the Eastern Corridor. We didn't finish before we left office. Where we left that road, that's where it is. We brought the components for the Michaud Bridge. I didn't think that I'll come today and that bridge is not finished. But maybe it's God's will that NDC will be the one to come and commission and open that bridge. You see, Chilean politicians are politicians ma Shelley Mangle, politicians ma Shelma Majiri. NDC Yel Mangle we don't say things we can't do. We don't say because we want political power, we go and promise heaven when we know we can't deliver heaven. And so NDC is less talk, more action. We don't say things we can't do. But there are people, there's a certain party, their philosophy is that if you want political power and you have to sell your mother, go and sell your mother. When you get power, you go and buy her. That's what they say. But I won't sell my mother if I want political power. Because you have only one mother. What if you sell her and you get the power you're looking for and you go and your mother is dead? You must tell the truth at all times. And there are two things I'm promising Ghanaians. One is that I'll work hard for you 24 hours a day. As your president, I'll be working for you. And the second is that I will tell you the truth all the time. If things are good, I will tell you they are good. If things are not good, I'll tell you they are not good. But I'll take responsibility and I'll work hard to fix the challenges that we face. NDC is the party of development. If you take Ghana, we moved electrification up to above 80%. And that is why Ghana is one of the top 10 countries in Africa with access to electricity. We moved water control from 58% to 76% before we left office. And that's why a lot of people in Ghana have access to clean drinking water. We built roads, we built schools, we built hospitals, we did the airports, we did the harbor. It was during our time that we did phase 1 of Tamale Airport that allows Muslims who are fulfilling the faith pillar of Islam to go to Tamale Airport and fly from Tamale directly to Medina instead of going to Accra. Entanku da yer chema Mandanya President Katanku nye chairman of Hajj Board. Ka Ayen Chang Hajj charge ma Daniel 11,900. Kavukant yen bonne bezang shell pie. Dama Saudi Arabia, but the la tax shelly. Then the Simpson Banyan Chang Haj ma buyo la tax ma. Can you you tell lala 11,900 kasokam nye sole nchang hajma. Ama zungo tetuzo nye vice president Muslim nyo. Ama ayen chang haj ankwa ayili nkwa aka mana moto za peka nye 75,750 million cedis. Ezu Zonzogo NDC yen kana Bolala 75,000 mark kada chang tanga ka sokam nye solid and chang lala hajma. We're going to reduce the hajj fare so that all our people who have the intention to go for hajj will have the opportunity to do so. Ezu eza yelna anye tenang how do you fasting tenang azumi no really zongo dagbalima de chabiela allo no lore me azumi watama tiyen lar nolima to you la gole donzogo most of the time some people see the moon today, others see it tomorrow. So we pray at different times. Some people pray today, some people pray tomorrow. Rollins, that's a holiday, ma. Or Eid al-Fitr holiday, one day. There's a go anye ka tenang salah zongo kabang shelenang salah biane. Ama holiday ma ying konko nyale. There's a go NDC yen kana NDC government parliament. Tiyan zang holiday ma yinga zang pa yinga 1 day ma kadenang buyi. Ezo. Donzo ban yen tiyan nang salah zongo benya holiday banyan nang biane bagba denye holiday. So 2 days for Eid al-Fitr, so that all of us, even if we see the moon the next day and we do prayers the next day, all of us will have a holiday so that we can all rest. You know, some people don't develop anything. So they won't do the roads, they won't do the hospitals, they won't build the schools, but they keep the money. Because they know that when it's getting to elections, they can come and share the money for people to vote for them. Then they go behind Gule, Detsi and Pa, people ma, Kabazang, Ula Kababoni, Aya Luna, my Aya Luna yan Kana, Dete Kana, Yelegrin Yelly, Gomnant Legrin Yelly, Teza Legrin Yelly, Aya Luna, Dete Kanaya Ma. Kide Nangbo and D Ama I am Kapi Truth ma Kapi Yama Lima de be NDC Sunny. There's a guy MP Kapi NDC Ama Yalunan Ma Takana Bod Jema and D Kanang Agma Ezu I know that Parliament approved a fund of 700 million for small and medium enterprises. And so they've asked people to apply online. And they're going to distribute money to people, hoping that they can use it to buy your conscience so that you vote for them. And I'm saying that when that money comes, it is money that belongs to Ghanaians. You are entitled to it. Don't refuse. If they ask for your Momo number, give it. Let the money come onto your Momo. But when you're going to vote, remember the 8 years of hardship Remember the 8 years of debt that has been piled on Ghanaians. If I tell you what the current debt is, more than 760 billion cedis. When NDC was leaving office, it was 120 billion. If you shared 120 billion by 29 million Ghanaians at that time, each of us owed 4,000 cedis. That's 40 million. Today, if you share the 760 billion amongst all Ghanaians, each of us, including Nairana and his elders, and me, and a newborn baby, each of us owes 20,000 Ghana cedis. That's 200 million cedis. And you know, it's not Akuffo who is going to pay it. It's not Kenofayata who is going to pay it. It's not Bawumia who is going to pay it. It's you, these young people here, who will pay it 20 years from now, 30 years from now. You will still be paying that debt that they have taken and spent the money today, but you will pay that debt tomorrow. And that is what you should remember when you are going to vote, when you go into the polling booth. In our manifesto, Wulugu is a very special place because it had a famous livestock station, which unfortunately has been allowed to die. If you read the new NDC manifesto today, we have written in there that NDC is going to come and revive the Wulugu livestock station. So that all the cattle coming from Burkina Faso will have to stop there, be tested, make sure that it's clean and everything before it goes onto the markets in Ghana. Aside from that, we're going to create a livestock ranch there so that we'll produce cows. The people of Wulugu can keep their cows there. They will be looked after. Veterinary officers will be there so that we can bring some commercial into the Wulugu township. NDC is going to implement the 24-hour economy policy. And that is a policy that will give incentives to businesses so that they can run more than 8 hours a day. It is done in other places in the world. When people are going in the night, others are coming home to sleep. When others are going in the morning, others are coming home to sleep. And so they run shifts so that more people can be employed. It is possible for us to do that. I'm going to chair the Accelerated Exports Development Program, which is going to accelerate Ghana's exports. We're going to create agro-industrial areas so that we'll build factories. We'll extend light, water to those factories so that our young people can get work to do. So NDC is coming to continue infrastructural development, but above all, we're coming because of the young people of this country so that we can provide work for them to be able to live a decent life. And so let us all get ready for 7th December. If you are walking in the forest and you are lost and you recognize that you are going down the wrong road, what do? You turn around and change course. We have been walking down the wrong road for the last 8 years. The time has come for us to turn around and change course. And that change of course is the NDC. It has held this government before, and we have seen how NDC has performed in government. How do you say try me? Try me. Samanya. Tobor Samanya. Tobor ngon mal experience. Ngon kat danya. Ngon kat bor ne okant die Ghana. We need a person of experience to come and take over this country and put Ghana back on its feet. Amal VIP bus. Ka driver mana o driver mate. Ka bazang bus man telabe. And then accident. Ka zang abana and chang magazine tamalle. Ayan Chanzant driver, Anzant driver man or mate, Munzang bus man Tilabe. Akozant experienced driver, Mundru Lala bus Kanya, Denzogo, Bianzang bus man, Bianzang Ghana, Nawi Kuni, and Zan John Dramani Mahama Nune. But I can't to Yonte, Nabi and Num Palugu multi-purpose dam. Ka but Chang Numani and Tenang short cutting and Zang Telegre almost $12 million and Zang Chinese Kabudili Ama Tumama Babanang Bisha Numani. Dozo NDC and Cancer and Lala multi-purpose dam man. Now Ikoni. Anytime elections are coming, they go around cutting sword. And that is why before the 2020 elections, they did all the fanfare, went and cut sword for the Palugu multi-purpose dam. They knew that there was no money to do it. And they gave it to a contractor, paid him $12 million, almost $12 million. Today, go and look at the site. It is snakes and scorpions and sheep and goats that are walking on that Palugu multi-purpose dam. But we know that it is by the grace of God, the NDC that will come and make sure that that project comes into being. One district, one factory. And they promise every district a factory. Today, most districts don't have any working factory. After 8 years, and they promised that those factories were going to provide work for the young people of this country. Most of the districts have hardly any factories that are working. And so we must recognize that sometimes it is deception, and we must be wary of deception. NDC would always tell you the truth. And so at this juncture, it is my pleasure to introduce my younger brother, Ezu. It is time for me to introduce the incoming Member of Parliament for Waliwali constituency. Ezu. Nauzogo, Yenungo Nambo. Abuba Odiwahala Pam Ngoyen Debanu Kozane Kabanyale Ama now equal people TMP now equal Abuba Yen Dili Kacham Parliament. Dozo Yuzomo Nambo Capito Ma to brother Alidu and Yale. It's been Alidu was the last NDC MP here 16 years ago, and yet we have not given up on Waliwali. We have not given up on Mamprogo, even though MPP had their MP here. Anytime we're doing schools, water, electricity, everything, we make sure you got your fair share. And so I know that the time has come for NDC to take its rightful place and win the Waliwali constituency. And so I'm going to raise his hand so that you know that he is the one that we have accepted as the parliamentary candidate. Everybody is behind him. You heard our old cadre, Mr. Guma. He came and spoke here eloquently about Rawlings and how Rawlings was committed to the success of this country. May God rest his soul. And all of us who are the young followers of Rawlings are following in the same track that he did. Our commitment is to make our country better. And we can only do that working with you. And so I'm going to lift Abuba's hand to officially show that he's the incoming Member of Parliament for the Waliwali constituency. And when you vote for JM Zambanmana, when you vote for JM, you vote also for Abuba. This is how the ballot paper will look. There are 13 candidates. And when we did the balloting, NDC picked number 8. Debani, there's a column from top ma, then it will come to number 8. So you see my picture there, this picture. You see the umbrella, the symbol of the NDC, and then this is where you put your thumb prints. And so this is how the presidential ballot paper will look like. Then this is the parliamentary. Again, you see Honorable Abuba's picture, and then you see the NDC. You just look for the NDC symbol, and then you see where you put your thumbprints. Now, some of our fathers and mothers have a problem with their eyesight, and so sometimes they put the thumbprint in the middle here. If you thumbprint in the middle here, they don't know whether you were voting for this person or this person. So they call it a spoiled ballot or a rejected ballot because it is between the two. It must be within this box. And so some of our parents have a problem with their eyesight. Others are not too conversant with the voting process. The law says that you can go with your child, your son, or your relative that you trust. You can go with them into the polling booth and they'll help you to cast your vote. We have too many rejected ballots in the north. This is where we have the highest number of rejected ballots. This year we want to cut it down. So we're going to bring the ballot papers to train you, but all our elders who have a problem with voting, please tell them that they can be assisted to vote. When you go to the polling station, you tell the presiding officer that she wants her son or her brother or her relative to accompany her to come and help her to vote. The law allows you to do that. So all the polling station executives, identify our supporters who you know have difficulty voting and make sure that somebody accompanies them so that they go and vote and we reduce the number of spoiled ballots. And so remember, presidential is number 8. You look for the umbrella and you put your thumb there. At 5 o'clock, you come back to the polling station and come and witness the count. All of us are going to be polling agents on that day. 5 o'clock, we all go back to the polling station. If you have a camera, you can video the presiding officer declaring the results. You can take a picture of the pink sheet because he has to paste it on the wall of the polling station. And so you take a picture of it so that tomorrow, if there's any controversy about what the results are, we'll have camera evidence of what the results at your polling station were. So without much ado, I'll lift Alidu's hand, Abuba's hand, so that you know that officially he's the one we've accepted as the candidate for NDC in the Waliwali constituency. So when you vote for JM Zoo, you vote for Abuba. JM Abuba. JM Abuba. JM Abuba. So now ninga barka.
Abusua we ne ensem a ekoso ewo highway ne so eye John Dramani Mahama obi a enka walewale eye Dr. Bawumia ne hometown no ankasa ne kuro mu de John Dramani Mahama akọ se afie 2024 abato no NDC amanyoko no eba power che wakọ shate Dr. Bawumia app ewo ha se enya asem keto akwa abusua we ne ensem a ekoso e be ya bejafo asese omoje pene kokotie sa audio we edemaya ha POG Media so medamase